I currently got 31 people on my team, and I'm proud to say that these 31 people are complete degenerate savages who grind all day long, do things like stay up till 2 a.m. in the morning to dial leads, and when they're not working, they're in the gym getting fucking shredded. So when they walk down the street, all the biddies are turning their heads looking at them. Now, part of this is because the standard that we hold our team to when they first come on is things such as if they miss a workout on their own time, we take them off the calendar for the next day because we know how important it is to first take care of yourself before you go and try and build a company or take care of others. Now, that said, over the last 6 years I've been in business, and although I don't know the actual number, I've easily hired well over 100 new people and fired, well, most of them except for 31. And as a result, I feel as though as I've gained enough experience to be able to give you my feedback and give you my insights as how to find the right people so you can have people that build your company for you. And more specifically, in this video, I'm going to explain the cost of hiring the wrong person so you don't make this mistake, who I never hire, who I do hire, and then once I found the right person to hire, how I make sure that they're actually the right fit for my team so they can step in and start crushing it on day one. So about a year ago, I started to bring on a batch of new team members, and it was before I actually fully understood this process. And I was kind of naive, and as I brought them on the team, I began to train them. I began to work with them every single day. I began to pay their salaries month after month after month, only to realize about 3 months later that these guys were not the right fit. They could not uphold the standard that I needed to succeed, and ultimately having to let them go. First, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but then when I went to go back into the hiring process to find somebody new, it dawned on me. I realized that I was going to have to go through another 3 months of training, another 3 months of paying these employees, and I realized how much time, money, and energy I had wasted the first time by making the wrong hire. And so from that moment on, I began to take my hiring process much more seriously, because when you hire the wrong person, you end up losing all the time that you spend training them. And if you times that by your hourly rate, can really add up. In addition to that, you also lose all the physical money that you send to them as a result of working on this team, because the money that you're investing to them doesn't end up producing you an ROI down the road for your company. So that is why it is so extremely important to actually find the right person when you begin your hiring process. Now, the first thing that I will controversially admit, I don't like to hire university students. And it was actually just yesterday when I was sitting down with my business partner, and we were actually speaking with a venture capital firm because they were asking for help with their marketing. And the problem that they'd run into in the past was that they had hired a few different marketing agencies which were being run by a bunch of university grads that weren't able to produce results. And the reason behind this is because people who have gone through traditional university, traditional business school, or what I like to call game tape geniuses. They've read textbooks and textbooks and textbooks, and maybe they understand the theory of marketing, and they know how to create the perfect poster or how to get brand awareness and all that kind of stuff, but they don't focus on the only thing that matters, which is cash in. And although there's millions of theories and stuff that you can learn about marketing and whatnot, none of that matters if you can't get cash in. Where in reality, the only way to truly understand how to get cash in is by actually getting in the trenches, marketing and playing the game yourself. And worst of all, which is kind of a side note, it makes no fucking sense because the people that are teaching these people how to run businesses obviously weren't able to run their own business, because if they were able to run their own business, they'd be making millions of dollars a year, not sitting in front of a classroom, making students read textbooks on the theories of marketing and all that BS. So instead of going the traditional route and finding grads and finding people in university with fancy diplomas, I like to hire dropout degenerates who have real experience playing the game. Because from what I've seen is the dropout degenerate savages have a do or die mentality. They don't have this safety net of going to school and getting their homework in on time so they can get their diploma and their 9 to 5. They're in a position where if they're not dialing the leads on time, if they're not running profitable ad campaigns, if they're not succeeding in whatever their role is within the company, they're not going to be able to make any money. And people in this situation will outperform somebody with a safety net almost every single time. And so with that though, because these guys are dropout degenerates and maybe they're not on LinkedIn or they're not surfing around the popular job postings like Indeed, here is where I go to find these people. The first one is leveraging my own social media, getting myself or even asking some of my friends to post up a story saying that we're looking for a job position. We've made many amazing hires that have come through there. However, I do understand that you may not have a personal brand like I have. And if that's the case, the second base place to find these degenerate savages is to join online Facebook groups, Discord groups, school communities where people are coming together to discuss topics such as media buying, remote closing, or whatever that position may be, and getting permission from the admin of that group to post a job posting in there. For example, if you're looking for a remote closer, you can simply go onto Facebook, type in remote closing groups. You'll find a bunch of guys who are young, hungry, looking to find remote closing jobs. You can post a job posting in there and you can get 10, 20, 30 applicants overnight without spending $1 advertising your job. Now, once you have this influx of degenerate savages who are willing to work for your company, in order to make sure that you find the right person that is the right fit for your team and is going to succeed in your role, the method that we use is by identifying the top 5 character traits of somebody that will succeed in this role, and then setting up a 3-step interview and application process while ranking people in each individual aspect of that and then choosing the highest one. Let me take a step back for you and explain what this looks like. So let's say, example, we're looking to hire for a sales position. Well, from what we've seen, and you're welcome to copy this, salespeople that succeed the most within any company are relentless, they're coachable, they have existing ability, they're intelligent, and they have a strong work ethic. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll write those 5 character traits down. Then we'll send up an application with 5 to 10 questions where each of the questions will give us hints to how they score in those 5 key elements. Then we'll shortlist our top candidates and ask them to schedule a one-on-one interview with us. Then on that first interview, we'll ask them 10 to 15 different questions, and each question that we ask them hints on the 5 key character traits. After we've gone through the first round of interviews, we'll once again shortlist it again. We'll do a second interview where maybe it's a little bit more game time experience, i.e. role plays, setting calls, show me ad accounts, write copy for me on the call, whatever the position is. And one more time, we'll rate them based on our 5 key elements. And then simply once you've gone through this 3-step application/interview process, we simply look at the numbers that we have written down in front of us on a spreadsheet and hire the candidate with the highest score after the 3-step interview process. And so that right there is how I have built my team of 31 degenerate savages that have helped propel my company to a multi-7-figure run rate while they are in the best possible shape of their life and achieving their own self-development goals in the process. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate the time that you took to watch this video. I hope you got 10x the value in return. And my only ask is that you leave a comment below asking me any questions about how to hire, how to train on this topic in relation to this video. And if you do, I will personally get back to you and give you a detailed response.